Hi, my name is Sarah Tata, and I have been at New Life since really it was just an idea. My husband and I like to say it started really in our kitchen and our living room when Troy and Lee decided they were going to plant this church downtown. They needed a small group for this to begin as people started coming together, and we opened our home and seeing God just plant in Troy's and just the leadership's heart for this church before downtown was even transformed, a need for his word and for his people down here was an incredible thing to watch. I have 4 kids, Anthony, who is 17, Angelina, who is 14, Roman, who is 11, and Dominic, who is 9. I think I used to have a lot of hobbies, but they've taken over all of them. So I would say things that I enjoy are their sports, which they do a lot of them, and I feel like I'm a professional Uber driver for the Tata family. I drive them everywhere and spend most of my time in the car doing that. So I've learned to love podcasts and books on tape since I spend more than 5 hours a day in the car, Ubering them around to their various activities. I guess the only other hobby I can think of is traveling. I love any chance I get away with my husband, or I can just get away to an ocean or a mountain and just take in God's amazing beauty. I grew up in Denver, Colorado, and have a wonderful family there. My mom is one of 9 kids. I'm not Italian. My dad is one of 4 kids, is Italian. I loved his Italian heritage and really kind of clung to that early on in life. I personally surrendered my heart to Christ when I was 8 years old and just had learned a lot about it. I feel like I've been kind of saturated in it my whole life. But at 8 years old, I had a turning point where it was like, no, this is mine. And I want to know Christ, and I want him to be my Savior. I'm going to pursue this. I watched parents pursue Christ and want to know him. And really my dad, sometimes I say he went from being a drug addict to a Jesus addict. He just transformed completely and shares with everyone. He has a true gift of evangelism and shares with everybody. So I watched a father who shared Christ with people and saw how many people didn't know him just from the simple step of sharing him. So I, throughout my life, was able to see the power of God's word in other people's lives. And I also learned at an early age the importance of prayer, because I had an Italian grandfather who I absolutely adored, and my parents would just say, he needs to know the Lord. And I spent most of my childhood going to bed praying for my grandfather to be saved, and just so grateful that that prayer was answered. And I vividly remember it in our church when he went forward, someone was speaking and shared Christ, and we'd been praying for him to come, and he came to church, and he walked up to the pastor and just placed his hands in the pastor's hands. And I remember thinking, that's what it looks like to surrender, to live your own way and to have a complete change. I'm just continually amazed at the power that is in his name and in his word, and it changes everything. And I love his word. There's power in that. It can change our hearts, it can change our minds, and it can change everything about our lives. He has been so faithful to lead our path, to guide us as we just truly submit and open our hearts to, okay, Lord, what are you leading us to do next? And he doesn't always just shine this beautiful, nice path down the road, but he's always shines a light on that next step of faithfulness. So I would say he is our faithful, powerful guide.